The all-new MG S5 EV replaces the previous MG ZS EV as its compact EV SUV segment contender. MG as a brand is now under the ownership of SAIC Motor China and actually sells more car outside of China than in it, making it a truly global car brand. And the new S5 EV is a prime example. The exterior design of the S5 exhibits a more mature styling compared to its previous ZS predecessor. Up front, the split upper and lower headlight design dominates the face of the car. The lower grille feature an active grille shutter, and both indicator and the main beam are LED light. There is also a sizable air pocket in the front to channel the air to the front wheels. It also helps with aerodynamics. Towards the side, the top luxury model gets this 18-inch dual-tone alloy wheel, while the lower spec make do with just 17 inches. There is also a subtle chrome strip that runs the upper part of the window, and overall the car has a rather handsome and well-proportioned shape. In the back, this rather attractive LED light bar dominates the rear end. The roof-mounted spoiler also features a third LED brake light. The top spec model like the car over here also feature a power liftgate, which can be activated by the swinging of the foot. The wide liftgate gives way to a useful 450 liters of boot space, which can be expanded to 1,441 liters with the folding of the rear seats. The MG S5 EV is available in 3 trim levels, starting with the base COM. Next, we have the COM Long Range, which bumps the range from 340 km to 430 km of range. And lastly, at the top of the range is the Lux Long Range. Okay guys, so currently I'm sitting inside the driver's seat of the MG S5 EV. So the one that I'm sitting in right now is the top of the range luxury variant. Okay, so what is the first impression like sitting inside this car? So I'm happy to report that the interior of this car is rather nice. Okay, it's a nice place to be. Okay, you are surrounded by a lot of premium materials as well as tech. Okay, so the highlight will be the center stack over here. So in front of me I do have a 12.8-inch touchscreen infotainment system. Okay, and then the touchscreen is also supplemented by a 360-degree camera. So the 360-degree camera is available on all trim level, all 3 of them. Okay, and I'm happy to report that the 360-degree camera in this car is very crisp. The resolution is very nice, and the stitching as well is quite good in this car. Okay, even when you turn the steering, okay, it shows the trajectory of where your tire is gonna point inside the screen. Okay, now the one thing I'm happy to report is that for the air conditioning system, the control is not buried inside the infotainment system like most modern cars with a big screen. So underneath the screen, you do have a single zone automatic climate control, which is standard to all vehicles. Okay, now the one thing I like about this control is that it looks very simple, and the material that is used is very premium. Okay, so the knob, okay, it does have this nice clicky sound when you turn the knob, and I do love the material that is being used. Definitely real metal, not plastic. Okay, so for volume as well, if you don't feel like touching the screen, the volume knob is on the right here. Okay? Not like most touchscreen car where you have to go into the infotainment system to find the volume knob. Okay, so for this MG, the volume knob is physical over here, so it's very easy for you to find where it is. Okay, underneath it, okay, so this is where actually your aircon vents is. Now the thing is about this car, when I first get in, I can't really tell where the aircon vents is, like from where the aircon is coming out, because there's no physical vents. Okay, only when you start the car, the aircon is turned on, then you actually know that the aircon is actually coming from right underneath the aircon control, and it looks very, very sleek. Same thing towards the side aircon vents as well. You can't really see it, okay, but there is an indication that there is an aircon vent thanks to this lever. Okay, so it's the same towards the side. So this lever, okay, it helps you control your vents, okay, to the left, to the right, up, down. It is only with this you will, it's sort of like an indication there is an aircon vent there. Okay, underneath it you do have two cup holders, and then this center stack, as you can see, it's a 2-tier center stack. Okay, and then on top of it, it is the rotary style shifter, which again, just like the rotary knob at the top, feels very premium. The knurl on the side here, the knurling, okay, it feels very nice to the touch. Okay, and it feels high premium. Okay, so the one thing I like about this gear shifter, if you point it to D, you will automatically disengage your handbrake, and if you go to P, you will automatically engage the handbrake for you. So this is a quite nice feature lah. Again, if your phone is available with wireless charging, you can put your phone right next to it. Okay, and then this top part is being covered by Alcantara leather, so even if you put your phone here, it will not move around. Okay, it is very, very sticky. Okay, that is quite good. Furthermore, down the center stack, you do have a center console, which is very, very big, very deep as well. And I do love the leather that they use on top here. It is soft, and you do have a lot of real estate, you know, to put your hand or your elbow on top of it. Okay, in front of me, the steering wheel is leather wrapped. I do love the flat top and bottom design, and then you do have this silver satin look just beneath the MG logo. It looks quite nice. The steering wheel is ergonomically nice to touch. I do love how it feels in my hand. It feels premium. In terms of adjustment, okay, there's a lot. Okay, so this MG is available with what do you call this, tilt as well as telescopic. And for drivers trying to find their comfortable driving position, it will not be an issue in this car. In front of me, I do have around 10-inch infotainment, 10-inch display. Okay, and I like to report that the resolution is similar to the center console, to the center touchscreen. It is very, very crisp and very, very bright. In terms of material, I'm happy to report that most of the surfaces is using high quality material. Okay, you have soft touch leather on the dashboard. This is also soft touch. Okay, the seats itself, okay, so the stop range variant, it comes with leather and fabric combination. Okay, but if you get the base model, okay, it's only available in fabric. Now talking about the seats as well, top spec like this model, you get driver power seat, but the passenger side will be manual. And then for the base model, okay, the comfort model, the con model, you will lose out the power seat altogether. Now on top of me, I do see a panoramic sunroof. So this panoramic sunroof is exclusive to the top spec variant only, the luxury variant. Okay, so overall, the ambience of the dashboard area, I would say it's very modern. Okay, it feels premium. Okay, the color combination is quite attractive. You do have this sort of like two-tone black with gray interior, so I welcome that as well. Yeah, so overall, my first impression inside this cabin, it is a very modern cabin, and for the price point, I would say you're getting a lot for your money. Yep, definitely. So here in the back seat of the MG S5 EV, so currently I'm sitting behind the driver's seat, and this driver's seat is set to my driving position. I am around 166-67 centimeter of height. So yeah, upon sitting behind myself, I'm happy to report that in terms of space, it is quite okay back here. Okay, in terms of leg room, as you can see, I have plenty of leg room, and in terms of headroom as well, I have some amount. Okay, despite having the despite having the panoramic sunroof. Now in terms of convenience, this car has a lot of convenience. Okay, first thing to highlight, it has dual map pocket, which is quite nice. And then you do have rear air vents. Okay, and the rear air vents is one towards the left, one towards the right. And then you have one USB-C port underneath it. Now the floor itself, I'm happy to report that because this is an EV, okay, the floor is relatively flat. Okay, so even if sitting in the middle seat, okay, you actually have place to put your feet, so that is quite nice. And even sitting back here, as you can see, my head is not touching the ceiling, so sitting 3 across in this SUV is doable. Okay, so if you are sitting just 2 passengers behind here, the center area over here, there is an armrest, okay, foldable armrest with a pair of cup holder. Okay, and I do like that the center armrest stop at a certain angle. Okay, it doesn't just drop to the floor, and it's quite wide, so having 2 person resting their arm here, not really an issue. Okay, now on top of me, I want to highlight that the grab handle section, okay, as you can see, it is damp. Okay, it does feel high quality, and I like that this car has LED illumination throughout. Okay, so it does makes the car feel rather modern and rather premium. Okay, in terms of the sitting position, okay, I do like that the back angle is slightly reclined. Unfortunately for this car, you can't adjust the rear angle of the seat, but in its current position, I have no complaint. Okay, it's actually slightly reclined, and I feel quite relaxed sitting back here. The bottom sitting cushion as well, I do have decent thigh support. So overall, sitting in the back here is very comfortable. I don't mind sitting in the back here for longer distance as well. Okay, so what is my first impression like driving this car? So upon getting into the driver's seat, okay, so I'm driving the one with all the bells and whistle lah. Okay, but don't care which spec you get in terms of its drivetrain. Okay, it's similar. Okay, so you in terms of torque, you're getting around 250 Newton meters of torque. It's powering rear wheel drive, which translates to a rather sporty driving experience. Okay, so this car, in terms of its 0 to 100, okay, it's around 7.3 seconds. It's faster than any ICE or turbocharged car can ever master in terms of price point. Okay, so inside here, okay, my driving impression, first thing I want to note is that this interior is very quiet. Okay, it's surprisingly very quiet, and I am isolated from the outside world. It feels like kereta mewah, feels like a luxury car. Okay, the overall experience, even the suspension, okay, this car is riding on 18-inch rim, okay, which is a very big rim lah. But surprisingly, going over pothole or going over rough pavement, you don't feel it. Okay, the car feels very composed, very comfortable, and there's not a lot of sound coming into the cabin when you hit the pothole. Okay, so the suspension system, I would say, is very good. It managed to be both sporty and comfortable at the same time. Okay, which not many suspension system can do that. Okay, especially at this price point. For this car, okay, the interior, it managed to capture the simplicity of the Tesla, but it still doesn't omit out the practicality for looks. Okay, for example, like the door handle. Okay, as you know, most EV car, the door handle is button type. So here is still the traditional lever type, which is, I think, quite good in terms for safety purposes. Okay, and then in front of me, display, the speedometer display, this is 10-inch if I'm not mistaken. The resolution is very good, even under direct sunlight. Okay, it doesn't wash out. Okay, I can still see very clearly my speedometer and the numbers and all that lah. So this car, the MG S5, it's available in a few driving modes. Okay, so you have normal, sport, okay, snow, and then you have eco lah. Okay, so trying all of them, so just now I did try it in the eco mode. It's a bit slow lah. Okay, that one is aimed for you to get the most, how to say, the save your battery, your range. Okay, especially if you're going long distance, you want more range, so you can go into eco mode. But I would say in normal mode is the nicest balance between saving power, but at the same time having power acceleration wise. Okay, feel like a bit funny lah, like this is a family car, you know, like outside it looks like a family SUV, and then suddenly accelerate, feel like hot hatch like that, you know. Even just now at the traffic light next to me was a ECU tuned Hilux. Okay, this one can still beat it, that one behind with a lot of smoke. So yeah, quite how to say, interesting lah, this power. It is very strong. Okay. In terms of its driving visibility, I'm also happy to report that in terms of its visibility, like looking out, no issue. Okay, there's no like weird design, and the A-pillar is relatively thin, so you don't have a lot of blind spot. Okay, even if you have blind spot, this car is available with 360-degree camera. So on a final note, I want to touch on safety. Okay, so this is where I think the MG S5 is very good. Okay, no matter what spec you choose, the base model or the full spec, the car comes standard with MG's safety system, which is what we call MG Pilot. So this is similar to macam Toyota Safety Sense and Honda Sensing lah. Okay, and you're getting a lot of features. Okay, so the one thing that I want to highlight is that this car is available with 7 airbag. Okay, so you must be like thinking, where is the number 7 airbag? Okay, so the number 7 airbag is actually located at the driver inner side. So this is actually one of the first car that actually features side airbag both on the outer and inner side of the driver, which is very impressive lah. Okay, and then the MG Pilot system, it is equipped with all the driver assistance system. So you're talking about forward collision warning, okay, lane departure warning, okay, rear cross traffic alert, and then blind spot monitoring, okay, and even autonomous emergency braking. So the thing is, this is standard on every model of this range lah, which is quite impressive considering the base car is selling price. Okay, so talking about price, this is also the one thing that's very impressive. This is a C segment EV SUV. Starting price is 119k. Okay, starting price 119k. One step above, you have the long range. It is at 129k. Full spec like this one, luxury EV SUV, 139k. Okay, so that price actually undercut a few of its competitors, and I would say is a very good value for money. Okay, so what are the things that you get if you buy this car? Okay, so MG Malaysia will actually offer you install wall box. Okay, so to charge your car at home, they will install it for free. Okay, if you purchase any of the S5 range, don't care cheapest model or most expensive model. Okay, and then on top of that, in terms of warranty, okay, it comes with 8 years, bro. 8 years warranty, man, that is a lot. So I would say the MG S5 EV, if you're in the market looking for an EV vehicle that is at the same time a C segment SUV, this is definitely a good choice, and you should put this on your option list.